Good evening, everyone. Late Night Mega here, and tonight we're playing Mega Man 4. So put on your PJs and prepare for some cliches. Now, unlike Mega Man 3, Mega Man 4 is actually going to give us an intro cutscene. Hooray. Year AD 200X. I think that year, or that decade, has already passed. So this is just kind of an intro to Mega Man in general, and once again, no, I cannot get rid of that little start thing at the bottom. It's annoying. But if I press the button, it'll just take us to the title screen. I like all the random explosions just around the city. And then Mega Man's riding a train, which I think is an homage to the first game, when he was riding a train back, or was that the third game? Or both of them. And it talks about how now it's Dr. Cossack that we're dealing with. And this is the first time the Mega Man series actually calls his weapon the Mega Buster, and he has the charge shot now. And that's what's different about the Mega Buster now. We still have the slide, and we still have Rush, and we have these 8 Robot Masters. Who to contend with first? Yeah, Pharaoh Man. Pharaoh Man is my second favorite Robot Master of all time to fight, as far as mainstream Mega Man games go. Alright, so we have this quicksand that will, well, make us sink rather slowly. Just keep jumping so you stay up on top, and blast those little scorpion things as they come out. And ignore the things up there, for the most part. Ouch. Now you can make this jump, I think you can make this jump without Rush Coil, but I use Rush Coil. And so this is actually a hidden path over here. You might be able to make that jump. If you can, it's a 4-tile jump! Over here we have the B, which stands for Be Quiet, Dr. Cossack. No, that's not what it stands for. It stands for Balloon Adapter. It is a new utility. It functions very similarly to Item 1 for Mega Man 2. Except, instead of just creating like a little platform that goes upwards a little bit, you get a big poofy balloon that goes upwards a little bit. This is actually a very dangerous section, as you can tell. When these little platforms are riding on, well, number one, they like to shoot at you, so you have to dodge that. You have to get on the platforms. They move on their own, and when they crash into something, they just disappear. And there's spikes all below. So that can actually be a very tricky section. And here's another one. I thought for a second I had to catch that one. No, that's... I've run into a lot of fan game concepts that have that. Yeah, we don't have to catch it here. Mummies that lose their heads. So our new charge attack will do 3 points of damage. Essentially, it does the amount of damage that using a weakness weapon will use on an enemy. Or on a Robot Master here. So Pharaoh Man, the reason I like battling him is he's kind of like battling a another human player. Except we've kind of got him locked into a pattern here. He will jump around, he will sling his attacks, and he'll use his own charged attack against you. I didn't get to see too much of that there, because he just kind of repeated the charged attack over and over. Sometimes Pharaoh Man does that, and sometimes he's like bouncing all over the room. You've got that awkward little room layout to try and battle him in. So I enjoy that battle. Not that particular one, but usually. Alright, next up, I have a bright idea. So if you watched the previous version on this channel when I played through Mega Man 4, that was what, 5 or 6 years ago? This is a completely different order than what I did back then. And so those enemies will turn off the lights if you shoot them, and the little guys that sprout fireworks, yep, those, they will turn the lights back on. The lights will also come back on naturally if you turn them off. And we have these totem poles. Natural weakness to totem poles is Egyptian pharaoh balls. So make sure you use that. I mean, everybody knew that, right? That's how I defeated totem poles back in my day. And can we defeat gumball machines that way? Somewhat. We took a little damage. Let's go and fix that. And show off our new balloon adapter. We already know what Rush Coil does. Yeah, up the right side there is some health if you need it. Which I did. Yeah, these gumball machines, one of the large enemies. They don't move, but they can lob gumballs in an arc or shoot a blast straight ahead. I could use that to fill up Pharaoh. Oh well. It's not like Pharaoh is Bright Man's weakness. Actually, the reverse of that. Bright Man's weapon is Pharaoh Man's weakness. Now, going down here is a little bit of a trap, but you know what? We have Balloon Adapter, we have Rush Coil, let's do this. I'll show you why it's a problem. We have these platforms. They're not nice, as you can tell. They can also be somewhat finicky if you jump too early or too late. You're not going to get the height or distance on your jump that you need, and then trying to go back is an issue all on its own. You could use Rush Coil and probably end up dead. Balloon Adapter is working just fine. But yeah, there was an E-Tank and a 1-up over there, so we'll go ahead and show that off and pick those up. But if you're not prepared to deal with that sort of platforming section, feel free to avoid it. And we've got these grasshopper enemies. Because when I think of light bulbs, I think of grasshoppers. It's a natural pair. And you gotta be careful with those grasshoppers, because they like to, hop all over the place. Now let's try and get up here, and let's fail at doing so for a while. Rush, why are you facing me? Bad dog. Bad dog. Okay, balloons. Bad balloons. I just want to refill my Pharaoh shot, or my balloons. One of those two. There we go. Refill Pharaoh. That should not have been as difficult as it was. Now what you can do with the Pharaoh shot is you can actually hold it over your head, like so. You can charge it up, and if you hit enemies that are above you, and it does enough damage to kill the enemy, but it takes like less than 3 shots to kill the enemy, you'll still hang on to your little Pharaoh ball. You won't use any weapon energy, so that can be kind of a useful trick. And that section is also very nasty to contend with. I just made it look easy. I tend to do that with the classic Mega Man games. I've played them so many times. Now, Bright Man, he can be tricky as well if you don't know the Bright trick. He's going to light up our lives. And I'll show you what he does. So, yeah, he does that. And when he freezes you, he actually freezes you for quite a bit of time. And does a ton of contact damage if he jumps into you. His normal shots are no picnic either. Oh, this is gonna be bad. Huh. We're gonna have to do something about that. Fortunately, there is a trick to really exploit Brightman. So the thing is, he only uses his Flash Stopper ability there when his HP is at certain intervals. So the way we can actually guarantee that he'll never use his Flash Stopper is when the battle starts, hit him once with the regular Buster, and then hit him with nothing but charge attacks. Then all you have to do is deal with him shooting and jumping, which should be fairly easy. Thank you. Alright, and the weapon we get is the Bright Idea. At least it should be called the Bright Idea, because it really is. Flash Stopper sounds like the weapon you should be getting from Flashman. But it's not. Okay, there's a password if you're playing along. And I'll see you guys next time.